Hello everyone, welcome to the Locker Lounge and thanks for tuning in. My name is Audi, I am Director of Strategic Partnerships at SwipBox, and today I have my colleague Brian, who is...
I am Vice President of Business Development.
So I am going to ask a few questions, Brian, and
Sure.
Today's topic is going to be about why lockers in general, right? One of the most asked questions would be, what's in it for me, right? When we talk about lockers, like how can it help improve my business?
In general, there's a lot in it for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, taking the end user side, taking the operational side, taking the society, the environment. So everybody has something to gain from lockers. I'm not saying that lockers is 100% the salvation of the last mile. We will need alternatives. And that's basically because there's too many parcels out there. And you know, we cannot find room enough for all the lockers needed for all those parcels.
Yeah.
But in the end, there's something in it for everybody. If you have a locker in the right place, presented in the right way in the checkout flow for the customer doing online shopping,
Yeah.
then it's pretty easy. It's a pretty easy choice. I wouldn't say that end user needs a lot of training. They need the choice. They need to see it in reality. And of course, they need to go to a location that is suitable for them. Because if you place lockers far away from where you move on a daily pattern, then lockers are not a great choice. So in essence, it all comes down to convenience for the end users.
And then let's tap into the pricing. Obviously, that's really one of the hottest questions in general when in relation to the topic why lockers, you know, for example. If I am new, right, I'm a new lead looking into potentially, you know, buying lockers and expanding my business this way, I need to take into consideration hardware costs, software costs, total cost of ownership, right? And ROI, return on investment. Do mention a few things about or touch upon this topic. Yeah.
The important message is to look all the way around, not just focus on how much does it cost to buy the loggers or how much does it cost to deploy the software. But look at what do you actually get when you buy the loggers, you know, in terms of robustness, you know, how long will they last, how much service does they require, how much does it cost to install them. So looking at various factors around total cost of ownership, that's really important.
Could you please elaborate a little bit more? What's your take on security and theft and how maybe it, you know, in general it differs the perception of it, right? In, let's say, European market versus maybe Americas.
Yeah. So in general, it's a very safe solution. That I know from statistics. But also, if you ask end users, we have asked end users, I've also seen third parties asking end users, they also feel that it's a safe option. But if you look at parcel lockers, there is home delivery, for example. And especially the markets where home delivery are just delivered, you know, unattended delivery. So you just drop it on the porch. You see a lot of theft. Looking at numbers from the US alone, you know, 3 out of 4 people have experienced a parcel being stolen.
All right.
50% have actually experienced that it has been stolen multiple times. So actually experienced several times. So in general, that's a huge problem in these markets. And that's why parcel lockers is, in my view, more convenient in the end. And it will also reduce the cost, the loss in the end. And it is considered a safe solution.
Will lockers grow? Will, you know, put-up points grow? Will it be just a great combination of the two? Or what's the future vibe?
Yeah, and it's a really good question. And looking at from kind of an overall, you know, the helicopter perspective, I would say that in general, home delivery will decline at some point. It will also be forced by some regulations. We are already seeing that in various parts of the world, that more and more regulations are going into place in terms of limiting congestion in cities. So driving around in cities. So if you look at why loggers, there's benefits for everybody. There's benefit. I think we covered the end user side. There's also a lot of benefits for the carrier, the courier companies. that they can plan more efficiently because they know the delivery points, so they can reduce mileage, they can reduce the level of drivers in the market, so they can reduce cost, they can reduce the impact on society as well. And reducing cost can also offer an opportunity for the end users to have a cheaper alternative than home delivery. That's something we see in a lot of markets already, that parcel lockers are, as well as pooter points, they're priced a bit lower than home delivery.
Yeah.
So that's a great argument for end users, as well as all the other arguments they get. Flexibility, they don't need to talk to anybody. But there's also the societal aspects of it. We covered it a bit, but there's a lot of gain to be made on city congestion. And that's, if you look at the big cities in the world today, it's insane. I just went to New York.
Yeah.
My God, traffic is ridiculously insane over there. And I see it also in a most other big city in Europe as well. So there's a problem that needs to be solved, and also looking at the environment. We cannot allow that we just are handing over this world to the next generation without doing anything. And we know from various analytics that the environment will benefit if we drive less. So we know that putting up parcel lockers in a great volume, and I agree, it has to be in a large scale.
Sure.
Then you can reduce a lot of driving for delivering the parcels, but also looking at the end user side. They can walk, and we see that if you have the right distance, that people will actually tend to either walk or take a bike to pick up the parcel rather than going in a car.
So I think I can just thank you for your time and your knowledge. Thank you for sharing. And thank you all for tuning in, listening, and hopefully you'll join us next time.